for speed. Go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another random movie review. Tonight we're doing Point of No Return with Bridget Fonda, and I got a couple friends of mine with me right now. I got Slasher McSplitter. What's going on? Okay. And,
what's up, man?
And Mikey. Oh, what's up, man? And we got our friend Mikey with us tonight. What's going on, Mikey?
How's everybody doing? Thanks for having me once again. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Got Truth Apocalypse already in the chat. He's on down the East Coast now. Welcome to Florida. Hey, sweetie.
Hello, Truth Apocalypse.
What's up, Dandelion?
Hello, Dandelion.
So you made the move okay? Truth? You made the move all right? He said something about moving to Florida, so, I don't know why, but, hey.
Everybody wants to join you. They want to be closer to you, I think. That's what it is. I mean, that's the only reason why I would go there.
Oh, please don't do me no favor. No, believe it or not, a lot of people call Florida America's Wang, but to me, it's America's graveyard. Everybody wants to retire and move to Florida, and this is where they eventually die.
Right.
Well,
So
I always remember.
That's why
I always remember hearing it referred to as God's waiting room. So.
Yeah, same
Oh,
thing.
Jesus. Like the Villages that you guys got out there. That place called the Villages with the retirement home where they have like sex orgies and stuff. You know about this place?
Holy shit.
It's called the Villages.
Isn't that somewhere around?
I know it's in Florida.
Are you saying it's like
It's a
cult?
huge... Look, I don't want to say it's a cult yet, but they're working their way there. It's a huge retirement facility that it's like a city. I think they made it their own city, and they okay.
It's we got a city here. It's about maybe a good hour south of me.
Right.
Oh, there went Slasher again. It's about an hour south of me. It's called Palm Coast. Everywhere you move to in Palm Coast, there's an age restriction.
Oh.
Nobody under the age of.
Whoops! I got knocked out for a second. My bad.
No one under the age of 30 or 40, I think.
Really?
No kids. Yeah, it's a retirement community.
Well, that's what the Villages is. In the Villages, there's no kids either. No kids are allowed.
Was Nexium set up in Florida?
No, that seems a little different. The Villages is really a retirement community where they're just a bunch of swingers. That's all it is. You're married for 30, 40 years. You want to share a little bit, I guess.
All right, but I'm saying it's not like you're like meeting young girls and branding your initials.
No.
Okay, cool.
Cool. When you popped out, there's a place I was telling Mikey about it. A place about an hour south of me. It's called Palm Coast. They've literally got age restrictions and no children are allowed. I think it's anybody. I think it's either 30 or 40. They're not allowed.
Well, it's probably 40.
Age restricted, no children. It's a retirement community.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Poe?
You're gonna see a lot of those.
Wait a minute. Truth Apocalypse. Villages.
What's up, Poe?
Popo.
Dandelion and Truth Apocalypse.
The Popos.
No, that's just Poe, man. Poe is the Prince of Egypt.
Oh, okay. I was dying to meet that Prince of Egypt, so thank God he's on your stream.
Dandelion.
Right, exactly.
Oh.
That's what.
Oh yeah, we are. No, we are talking about the Point of No Return. We just got started.
Sorry about
Miss
that.
Anita. No. If I remember correctly, you're Basca's wife. If I remember. If you aren't, I apologize. I know you wonder if you're not his wife, you're one of his daughters. I understand that. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool you stopped by. I appreciate it. You're the last person I would have expected to see here, and I greatly appreciate it. So we're just going to go around and talk about the movie a little bit. And before we started, Slasher wasn't too happy of it, so I'm going to go ahead and start with him.
What a surprise that is. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because for me, his hot takes on movies are a little hit and miss, but we all have our own
taste.
Yeah, we have our own taste as far as movie goes. So Slasher, your overall impressions of this movie, man. Tell me about it. What'd you think?
Well, hang on one second. I'm having a bit connection problems.
I hear you good.
All right.
We hear you good. You're not robotic.
Okay.
You there?
He was asking
so my take on this movie?
Yeah, your overall impression.
My take on this movie.
Hey, Danny. How you doing?
What's up, Comic Chat? How you doing? I expected better from this movie. That's my take on this movie. I expected it to be better.
Based on what? The trailer?
The romance in the middle of this part.
Well, to me, it would have been the right movie without the romance because of the situation she's put in.
Right. Okay, what else bothered you? Slasher. All right. Well, I can tell you one thing on my own personal thing.
Yeah,
basically with this movie, I disagree with Slasher on a lot of movies. I'm a simple guy. I watch a movie if it's entertaining, I like it. Whatever the case may be. When like I was telling you guys when we first started watching this, I haven't seen it probably since the 90s, but I remember in the 90s, I watched it a few times. And obviously, it has, in my opinion, has rewatchability. I'll get into the reasons why I liked it, but it's one of those movies that, in my opinion, that even if you loved it in the 90s and you saw it, it still holds up till today, in my opinion. A lot of movies copied off this movie, in my opinion, also. This is one of the first movies that I've seen that had this kind of plot where it was assassination training. They had the finishing school to teach the woman how to be proper, how to eat proper, and also shoot somebody in the head from 100 yards out, which is, really cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Probably could have used a little more action. I don't have any problem with her, with the love part. They didn't really beat it to a dead horse, but that was part of the whole story.
Danny, far from it.
Yes.
You see the comment on the screen? You see on the screen?
Yes. I sound like a genius. Oh, I may very well be. They say, I feel that I am the biggest idiot, but very simple-minded. I'm like Average Joe in Idiocracy. Very simple. Mm-hmm. You give me a movie, I like it. But anyway, my point of the movie is, it had some good cast in it. I like the cast that they had in it with Gabriel Byrne or whatever his name is.
Byrne.
Byrne.
Gabriel Byrne, yeah.
Gabriel Byrne and Bridget Fonda. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. You could. I actually believe that this movie made stars out of people. But I gotta tell you though, it was remember Han was watching it with us for a little bit. He was like, "They're going too fast." There's no such thing as going too fast in a movie. Keep it going, but keep the storyline intact. You don't like it when they go frame to frame. You're like, what just happened? That's what sometimes TV series will do.
There is such a thing as going too fast. Our biggest problem is from start to finish.
Right.
Our biggest problem is the progression being too slow.
Okay.
In other words, it's taking forever from getting to point A to point B.
It went so fast in the beginning, and then it came to a screeching fucking halt.
I don't think it even went that fast at the beginning. It went at a good pace, and I like it the way it happened. There was action and everything. Look, what movie are you gonna have? Okay, fine. There are some movies that have action the whole way through. Fine, but you need some dialogue. You need like some Quentin Tarantino type dialogue.
Dude, the Raid, that movie, boom, 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 boom. They put you in that. They put you in their shit. All right, yes, he had that part in the beginning in the Raid where he was with his wife, and yes, But then next thing you know, he's in the truck ready to fucking.
Okay, but the Raid movie is meant for that. A movie like John Wick can't go too fast, even though
Well,
it's
I
all
didn't-
action.
I-
But not
okay, I
every.
haven't-
I understand,
haven't
but not
seen
every
the John
movie's
Wick
not
one.
gonna. Not every movie's gonna be
Yes, I
like
know.
John Wick.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that. All right, that's what I was saying with this movie. That the romance part brought this to a screeching halt. I was expecting better because there was a lot of shit going on within the first like 20 minutes of the fucking movie.
Oh, wow. Hang on a sec. Pardon me, guys.
Sure.
Steve, what's going on, man?
What's up, Steve?
How's it going? Good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well yourself. I can't complain, actually. I appreciate you popping in. Sorry, Slasher. And I'm double broadcasting to the wrong channel, but that's okay.
Okay, I
meant
think
to go-
okay, so
I meant to go to my Twitch channel, but I'm actually on Chaos Central right now.
I think a big reason, because if anyone would like a movie from the 90s or the 80s, it would be Slasher. It would be. But I think that maybe if he would have saw it when it actually came out, he would be thinking differently than he does now. Maybe it got so much hype. Sometimes too much hype is a bad thing in a movie. You hear too much good thing, I like this movie.
No, but wait, this isn't even really a movie from the 90s that people even still talk about to this day. No one talks
Because
about this movie anymore.
That's
don't really-
why we're doing this, because these are one of the movies that I believe that has.
Oh, I know that's
has
why. I know
went
that's
through
why.
the
We're,
radar.
I know. Yeah, I know that's
This
why.
movie
we
was
watched it.
underrated. I'm with JJ. This movie was underrated, 100%, despite some people's opinions, Slasher. But I think this movie is underrated. First of all, and it's a movie you kind of have to watch in the 90s also, and then because look, let me tell you, Slasher watched the movie from the 80s and 90s, and I feel the same way. Like he'll love they'll look 3 O'clock High, good movie. We watched it. Slasher loves it. I probably would have loved it more if I would have saw it when it first came out. That's all I'm saying. I believe it has something to do with the timeline also. But look, this movie still holds up, in my opinion. It really does.
No, there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of movies that I never saw that are old school that I saw recently. But like I was saying, the first movie me and JJ watched when he started doing these movie reviews was Krull. I like that movie. I like it a lot.
Right. Well, Ninja Turtles, I think he did before that, no? Or maybe.
Well, I saw.
No. Kroll was the first.
The
Ninja
first-
Turtles
Oh, okay.
was the second.
But I've seen Ninja Turtles before. I've never seen Krull before. This movie, Point of No Return, like I said to both you guys before we started watching this, I've only seen probably 5 minutes of the end of it. That's all I saw of this movie.
Oh, you saw 5 minutes of the end of it. Right.
I saw the
okay.
part with the cleaner.
Okay. Oh, look, Harvey Keitel. Like any movie he's
Harvey
in,
Keitel.
it goes up on my list. Harvey Keitel as the cleaner was great. But no. All in all, I did look. The acting was great. I thought it was great. Even for that time, the special effects were great with the killing and the guns.
I'm not gonna diss. I won't diss the acting of this movie because it was great.
It was great.
Everyone did a good job in this movie.
Your boy from RoboCop.
Miguel Ferrer.
Miguel
Yeah.
Ferrer. And you noticed that Michael Rappaport had a little tiny part in the beginning.
Michael Rappaport with like a bandage on his nose and sunglasses.
Yeah, he was like a goon or something. This
Miss
is before.
Anita says this is 100% underrated, especially from a woman's perspective. This was my spy movie.
Right.
I appreciate that.
And this was also in the beginning, because if you remember, there weren't a lot of big roles for women as far as a kicking ass. Now you have it every movie. There's a woman kicking ass, but this is kind of like the movie that a woman hitman who's trained and everything like that. No, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not even saying like I get. Listen, if there's gonna be a woman ass kicking in a movie, of course, like.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like once it got to listen, even in action movies, when there's a man starring in it and it grinds down to the,
I'm not saying it has anything to do with
to the
male or female.
romance.
Right.
I'm saying like when it grinds down to the romance and the love interest bullshit. I don't know, man. I always kind of feel that those parts kind of drag the movie down. When you're supposed to have like a balls to the wall action movie, like fucking hard hitting bullshit, hard hitting shit like that. It always kind of kills it for me. It always kind of does. It doesn't matter whether it's a male or a female as the fucking main character. It just does it for me.
Well, other than a little bit of dialogue they had with the scenes, the romance part of it, which wasn't really that much. The movie itself was an hour and 40-something minutes, I believe. So unless you're going to make it longer,
yeah.
149, unless you're going to make it longer and more action, 149 is almost 2 hours, so, and the action was pretty good.
That once she got to that apartment, I'm just saying, like, once they sent her to... All right, first of all, let's go into before we start going
Correct.
into the, like,
Correct.
let's say what... Give like the synopsis of it, right?
Okay. In the beginning of the movie, her and her friends are breaking into this family-owned drugstore, get busted by the cops, but she's too, I'm just going to have to use this term, too cracked out to realize what was going on until she looked up and saw the cop. Well, by this time, she already has a pistol in her hand, and she shot the cop. And they arrested her. She went to trial. Then they killed her. But then they revived her in some top secret facility in Washington.
You forgot that she went ballistic in the courtroom and tried to.
She was used as an instrument of destruction. She was trained as an assassin, but before she got to that point, she was there already a few months. She done got shot in the leg for trying to escape. She was acting like a crazy animal, and finally it came down. You got 6 months. If you don't do what we need you to do in 6 months, you'll get a bullet to the brain. So it kind of put her choices into perspective. So. Thank you, Miss Anita, for coming by. I appreciate you doing. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Anita. Miss Anita?
Like I said earlier, if I remember correctly, Geishkar, or the Vasco scenario, I think that's either his wife or one of his daughters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She never cleared that up. But you said
yeah, but still, I know it's one or the other. My apologies if I got it wrong, but I do know it's one of those.
See, do you see what Dandelion says? That's kind of my opinion about
this here.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
And she's right. Romance is forced sometimes in movies, correct. But sometimes it has to, look. If this didn't have the romance aspect of it, she wouldn't be under so much pressure to get out in the first place.
She would have never got out. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? She had to do that scene where she had to.
Wait! Not throw a spoiler or because she was begging to get out of it.
Too soon. No spoilers. Too soon.
She was begging to get out of it. Like as soon as she was in there, it's like. You're dead.
Not necessarily. She was begging to get out because she didn't want. She felt she didn't want to. She was trying to clean herself up and be a person. She met this guy, which she pretty much threw.
She was begging to get out of there before she met the guy. She was like, "I need to go for a walk." Remember, he keeps attacking Gabriel Byrne every time he's in there with her. By the way,
Gabriel Byrne was just that was just a handler.
How many goddamn times did she attack him?
She beat his ass.
Talking so dirty, Maggie. Why do you keep talking so faggy, Bob?
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
Oh wait, that comment right there. You repeating the line from the movie might get you fucking nuked, JJ.
Listen, it don't matter. That's something in the movie that it is not my words.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right.
It's the scriptwriter's words.
Right. Wow. So, I mean, okay, if you don't want to like that movie because you have a problem with that, then that's one thing. But the movie itself, the story plot was pretty good in my opinion.
Right. Now,
I mean, I liked
I'm not gonna. All right,
I have to ask you this, because Mikey doesn't give his outlook on the movie. You pretty much told your slasher, so I'm gonna ask you this. In the movie at all, slasher, was there anything about the movie that you liked?
Yeah, there was a lot of There was a lot of the movie that I liked until that slowdown.
When she went on her own.
That when she's in,
But wasn't it cool when she got that call with the Nina and it was like
she's sent to like Rollerblader City. Like everyone's wearing like
Venice Beach,
Yeah,
California in the 90s.
Venice Beach, California.
I know.
Even before the pandemic, Venice Beach was still pretty much the same way.
I really liked it. I was enjoying it up until that point. I really was.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It's just that I feel that sometimes people they see one thing that they don't like and it ruins the whole movie for them, or they don't like an actor.
No, it was. Oh, listen. I could sit through a movie where there's an actor I don't like in it.
Like me, I'm not a big Ryan Reynolds fan, but if he does something good, I'm gonna like it. I was never a big Ryan Reynolds fan for some reason, but I want to let it affect my judgment of a good movie, unless he's really annoying.
What is this? I'm not a romantical gal, so I need it.
That's what I'm. All right, that's what I'm saying. Listen, you want to know? All right, here's a good example of stuff like that. Here's a good example. Kyle Reese hooking up with Sarah Connor in Terminator. There was a good reason for it. But there was a good reason for it because we got John Connor because of that fucking meeting. There we go.
Well,
That
no,
was that was very useful to the. I'm saying that was very useful to the story.
knowing what we know now, you can look at that as forced as well, because if it wasn't because of Sarah and Kyle, John Connor would have never been born.
Right.
That kind of needed to happen.
And in my opinion, there wasn't much love story involved. There was more action than love story.
Well, all right. I also wondered, did John Connor send Kyle Reese back in time, knowing that he was
to
bang
his mom?
Yes.
Yes, he really did, didn't he?
He really
did.
To save her, and then serenade her.
All right, real quick. If John Connor hadn't sent Sarah back, that would have been a paradox in some form or fashion. Okay, he had to send him back in order for himself to be born.
Bang his mom. Okay.
But anyway, so all but the third act of the movie is pretty much where the third act is pretty much where it lost you.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mikey, tell me what did you like about the movie?
I liked the acting. I liked the cast. I liked the storyline. I liked the action. Any story like this, because when you see this movie for the first time, forget about the movies that have actually copied off this, and there's movies that have copied off this whole assassin thing, but not even to this level. This movie still holds up. I like the kind of story where they take someone who's just wild and crazy, and then they do what they do. They fake their death, take their fingerprints, blah blah blah, put them in a special agency that we didn't even know what agency they're working for. I mean, do you know?
Yeah,
JJ?
they didn't even specify.
They didn't specify what agency they're working for, but it had to be some
They
kind of
just said the government. They didn't even say.
Yeah, they didn't really say much. But again, those things don't even matter to me. I would like to have known what agency it was. Actually, I was hoping, just watching this movie now, I was hoping there would be a part 2. They could have made a part 2 of this movie. It would have been great. She comes, maybe even more action, no love story, whatever. But no, but what I like about it, yes, I like mostly the storyline, actually. Good storyline.
They did make a TV show off it.
Oh, right, they did. No, okay.
No. This movie was based off.
It was based off of Nikita.
It was based off Nikita, but then they did.
And then they made a TV show called La Femme Nikita. Yeah.
Nikita. Yeah.
Oh, how do you know that? Is it directly based on this movie, though? Or they just stole the idea, probably.
But
it's based off it.
We do know it's in the credits. We do know that this movie was based off the book Nikita.
Okay.
Now,
I didn't know that.
The TV show kind of follows it, called La Femme Nikita, but I don't believe it's an exact duplicate.
Right. No. It was good. I mean, it had a lot of surprising, like, I don't want to say twists, but like surprising moments. Every time her handler invited her to do something that she thought was going to be nice and great, it turned out to be a job. You know, and she went out to dinner the first night, she did the test, there's a gun under this, put it together, kill this person, and there's a window to escape, and it happened to be brick. But no, it was good. I liked it. I really did. I have no problem with it at all. I like Nina Simone. I like the music. I heard some of the melodies sound like Danny Elfman type. Could have done the music score for it. I have no problem. Look, if somebody hates the movie, they hate it for a reason that's not because of the story. They just hate some little detail about it.
I don't hate the movie. I won't say I hate the movie. You
just thought it would be better. I hear you.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a lot better.
Yeah. Me and you are like that with Inception. Everybody loves Inception, but we seem to hate that movie. I don't like.
Oh no! Well, I straight up hate Inception.
Yeah, that's one of those movies. Yeah, it's so it got so much hype. Sometimes movies get so much hype, and you watch it, it's like, oh god, everybody loves this shit. Or The English Patient. I went to go see it in the movies because everybody loved it. I was disappointed, but no, this movie was good, and I really do believe it's because I saw it when it almost first came out. JJ saw it a few years after, which is almost the same decade of the 90s. So I believe if you saw it back then, you would appreciate it more. I think.
But I'm saying you guys probably saw this when it was on VHS or cable or something, right?
Oh, well, my father had the video store, so I would pop this.
I rented it. I rented it because me and my ex-wife, my first ex-wife, rented it and watched it. And that was in '96 or '97, and the movie came out in '93.
But everyone did a good job. Bridget Fonda was a pretty good actress. I wouldn't diss her acting skills.
Yeah, I think most of them they all did a pretty good job. Even her acting skills pretended to be the richest man's wife. She did a good. Harvey Keitel probably didn't say 2 words. He did a great job.
You also said you told me ahead of time, Mike, that he's basically playing the wolf from Pulp Fiction. And he basically was just more murderous.
Believed that this was a joke on that movie, right? Quentin Tarantino, saw this movie, was like, we're going to use Harvey Keitel as the cleaner again for Pulp Fiction, as a joking kind of way.
Although I don't think JJ's ever seen Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, okay, yeah,
no,
Harvey Keitel.
I haven't. I know some of the the basic scenes in the movie. I heard a Royale with cheese. I've seen that.
The tropes basically.
Yeah. But I don't.
Now,
I've never seen.
Why is it that you're not interested in even watching it? Because you have no interest in what is it that? Why don't you want to watch it? You're not a big Quentin Tarantino guy, or?
Well, I'm not a big Tarantino fan, but after seeing Natural Born Killers, which was pretty much an acid trip on film, I didn't think I would care for Pulp Fiction.
I thought I was on acid watching that movie. I mean, everybody loves that movie too, but as I'm watching, this is a sick freaking movie. It's crazy.
I knew people who used to take acid and sit down and watch that movie and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
That's a total mind trip right there.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because as you're watching it, there's some scenes where you think you're on acid. They go into the psychedelic.
Oh yeah. The little cartoon segments they have.
Yeah, Mickey and Mallory.
But all right, everybody.
Ultimately, I liked it. Do you know what kind of reviews it got, JJ, originally? Do you remember, if Siskel and Ebert reviewed it, or, did it do good in the box office and all that? How much did it cost to make? You don't know all that yet.
I don't look that stuff up.
Slash will look that up. That's his thing.
That's usually what Slasher pretty much does. He finds all the Q&A about it.
And it is interesting though, because there could be a movie that makes over 100 million, opening weekend does great, and some people would be like, Inception made a fortune.
This movie did not. I don't believe made $100 million.
And I'm not 100%. It did not make 100 million. Not in the early 90s.
It might have cost $100 million to make, but I don't believe it made it back because I don't remember Point of No Return being a box office smash.
I don't even know if it made $100 million to make. because they didn't have to pay the actors that much. They weren't making millions of dollars back then. Bridget Fonda probably got paid like $500,000 to do the movie. I mean, Gal Gadot
Yeah.
playing Wonder Woman only got $500. Oh, we got meow.
Meow.
Yeah,
What's up,
sweet
Moira?
Oh my
you doing,
god,
Mark?
I forgot how much.
That's
I
what the
hate
movie
leaving
needed.
the
It needed
house.
more cats in it.
Indeed.
But
Everything needs more cats.
all right, Moira, did you ever see Point of No Return?
Yes. She's all
What do you
smacked
think
out and doped out at the convenience store. Her buddies get killed by the cops. She almost
Yeah.
gets killed. They decided they're going to try her anyway, even though she didn't kill him. Oh, she did shoot that cop. She was scared. She shot the cop.
Yep, she shot the cop.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And so they decided, hey, let's just say she's dead and she's going to live this parallel life.
What
No,
did you
they
think of
didn't
the
say she was dead. They held a public execution for her.
Well, I'm just saying, they put a certificate and made it all like fairly official, short of heart stopping. Oh, per dandelion stuff, how are you?
Yeah, we're live on my channel, and I made an accident. I meant to stream to Twitch, but I'm streaming to Chaos Central right now.
You made a whoopsie poo
wait,
poo?
what? Oh, shit.
I made a
Made a
boo
boo-boo.
boo.
Made a
That
boo-boo.
That's
purple threw
okay.
you off, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's okay. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
It wasn't
Well-
bad. It was alright.
Okay.
At the
all
time
right.
I watched it, I totally like identified with her like living off cans of ravioli. I'm like, that's gonna be me when I get older.
And we found out something during while we were
Okay,
watching
yeah,
the movie. Slasher,
The
Slasher
Progresso
made a comment.
ravioli. Progresso
Think it
ravioli,
Progresso.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to be obsessed. I'd eat it straight out of the
Wow.
can. Zero
But
fucking
hold up.
chicken.
See,
Listen to
I didn't
Slasher
know
here.
this. I did not
Slasher,
know this.
when she's shopping for ravioli, Slasher goes, I didn't know Progressive made ravioli. So then that's what watching.
Again.
I said, that's your big take on this film, the Progressive ravioli? So Slasher looks it up, and it turns out they only made that for this movie.
No, I was joking when I said that, Mike.
Oh, so they did make a ravioli? Oh,
I guess. It was in the
I've
movie.
never seen it.
I've never seen it. It's Chef Boyardee or nothing, man. It's the only
Right.
thing that has not been totally affected by inflation in the last like 15 years.
yeah, but over the
Yeah.
years, they did get a little smaller. But how much can
Yeah,
you fit in a
not
can in
really.
the first place? Right.
Uh,
Yeah, ravioli.
But okay. I need to switch this back around. Okay, Slasher. Everybody, buckle up your seatbelts. What
Buckle
did
them in.
you like about the movie?
You took it,
Me?
Moira?
What did you? What? Yeah. What did you not like about the movie Slasher?
I already said it. That slow down. Once Dermot Mulroney came on the screen and rented out his. First of all, he rents out a goddamn apartment that looks like it just got hit by a hurricane to her. There's like broken fucking wood all over the middle of the floor and
Okay, all right. Well,
everywhere. It's like,
Why are you worried about it? She had the money
Oh,
to
I-
fix it.
I'm not
but
worried
that-
about
yeah,
that.
she had the money, and that's what he gave her. Fuck.
Well, no, that's what she chose just for the view.
Oh, okay.
Because the
yeah.
Well,
moment
to
she
be
looked-
fair,
the
it's
mo-
been like my daughter's 14.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been almost 20 years since I've seen the movie.
She
Right.
walked up. She walked up. She saw there was a space for rent. He showed it to her, and she looked around. And he was kind of like, well, there's one, a little bit down the road, whatever. But she was looking out the window at the beach. It was a beachfront property, and that's when she said, "I'll take it." Because
Take it. And it might have been him also, because she seemed to have a thing for him from the beginning.
well, after the grocery shopping,
Well, she pretty
yeah.
much threw herself on him that night with the ravioli.
Yo,
they did.
yo.
Remember the Lady of the Tramp with the ravioli?
how long?
They did
hey,
Lady of
how long
They
was she
did
locked
Lady
up?
of the Tramp of ravioli. They literally
Yeah.
did Lady of the Tramp of ravioli.
All right. How long was she locked up? About a year or so, maybe.
Oh,
something like that?
she was doing
And-
deep block
Probably
time.
longer.
Right, right,
Finishing
right.
school probably took that long. Although I
Oh yes, finishing school. He had
Finishing
He had
school,
the
right.
finishing school, the in prison finishing school.
Yes.
What up, Darius?
Yeah, Darius.
How you doing, Darius? I wonder
up,
if
man?
Darius has ever seen this movie.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Actually.
Shifty, what's going on?
Hello, Shifty Gizm.
No, it is not. That is a lie, sir. That is fake news.
But Yo,
don't think I've
man,
ever said that to somebody.
you said that we could have done without all the romance and stuff like that. You
Well,
know,
it's
she
gotta
was
have a little- it's
locked
gotta
up.
have a little action. Like every action movie got a little
Well,
romance of some kind.
Come on.
I know.
What
I'm saying
getting
it always comes into
Slasher.
it always brings it to a screeching halt. Is what I was saying.
Well, Slasher, look at it. They're sitting there eating a ravioli, and she's got this like this killer look towards him, like I'm about to fuck your brains out.
Right.
You just don't
And-
know it
right.
yet. You knew it was going to happen.
And she asked him to come over. She goes, "What does a girl have to do
Yeah.
to meet somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to come over tonight?" He's like, "Okay."
like
You know.
I got
After the shit
500.
she's been through, after the training and everything, like I don't
Right.
think it scares her. She's like,
Yeah,
screw it. What's he gonna do?
He's
Say
like,
no?
I got.
Well,
He's like,
She
I
tells
got
him-
500. I got 500 cans of ravioli and fucking and 300 loaves of bread.
Yeah, we didn't always have Netflix and chill. Sometimes it was ravioli and let's get it on.
I could do
Right.
that. I really
Right?
could.
If you watch,
Depending on-
you watch this movie, they had old computers, old
But-
TVs. You know.
Yeah, but you stop and think. Look back at the whole course of it, Slasher. They're standing there in line, and he's helping her basically at the checkout line, and she asks him, "How does one get to know you better?" You know, she's the one basically hitting on him, and then while they're eating
100%.
dinner,
He's wearing
it's
the
like,
pants in this one. Like,
But,
Yeah,
but yes,
yeah.
I also understand that it's like she wanted to get out. She's screaming at Gabriel Byrne. She's like, I just want to go for a walk. She's like throwing a fit.
I
but
mean, if I was all like stuck like that, I'd be kind of annoyed too. I couldn't leave when I wanted. I mean,
All right, but if you shoot a cop in the head and they gotta execute you and fake your death, then
Well,
Well,
that's the whole thing.
yeah,
She's on
well-
right. She's working for them now. You know, you have to do what they say. She didn't like it, but you know, that's the only thing that bothered me in the movie is that the woman pretty much gave herself to the guy that she was with, and then he's
She got
questioning
cooking.
her. Yeah, about little things, and Uncle Bob came over, and you know,
Uncle Bob.
well, like I told you, you'll get it when you seen the movie. I said,
Yeah. I got it.
but anyway, all right. Mikey,
yes.
tell me, what didn't you like about it?
Well, I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the fact that the guy was. Look, I don't like in movies. I don't like when kids are so whiny and annoying. Because you know, you tell a kid to do something. There's all kinds of gunfire. Let's say you tell a kid stay in the closet. The kid doesn't listen.
stay in the
You know,
house, Carl.
Yes, just stay in the house. Just to listen to what I say, stupid. And I hate that annoying character that's in a lot of movies where you just want to kill them because things would go so much
Yeah.
smoother if they would just shut the hell up. Just shut up. Anyway, in this particular one, the guy was whiny to me because, oh, you don't tell me anything about you. He was together for a month. It was a pure
I know. He
month
starts
of
being the annoying woman.
Yeah. a pure month of
Yeah,
sex.
yeah.
And all of a sudden, oh, you don't tell me anything about you. I mean, give me a break.
Mike, so you're saying it's the Adrian from Rocky factor, right? You're saying it's along that lines?
Oh, well,
like,
okay.
Like how Adrian is always yelling at Rocky.
Right, but it's
I
a little
didn't watch it,
it's a little different there because she's trying to. Rocky was a bit of a knucklehead. He was loose
I mean,
cannon.
right.
You know, so she had to
Yeah,
be like,
he
okay,
was.
I'm gonna take care of this guy. So yeah, she would. It's a little different in that scenario. I never found Adrian annoying actually.
No, I did. I found
Yeah.
it. Not in the first one. And
Well, not- Right.
everyone after the first one. She
Right.
was
After she became all sexy and beautiful in part 3, where she's with a freaking chinchilla coats and shit. That's another thing. You know, you're working at a pet store. You meet Rocky, who's takes punches to the face for you.
All right,
and you
wait. All right. Here, Mike. I'll give you a better example for this though. Okay. In Bloodsport, where the reporter is following him around, she really wants to get into the Kumite, and then when she actually gets into the Kumite, how she sees what goes on, she's like, "I don't want you to be in the Kumite." Like that.
I mean,
sort
give me
of
a break.
shit,
Do your job and
Well,
just
I
report
sort
on
of
it.
get that because that's some rough shit. Like
But still, she knew what. Oh, yeah,
knowing
yeah.
things and seeing it with your own eyes is a little different sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going, Mikey. Keep
You
going.
get invited to a hanging, and you go, I don't like the way you're hanging these people. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what you're getting into. No, I'm just saying that it doesn't work. Look, what I found annoying about the guy is exactly what I told you. That he should have been so. I'm surprised that guy lived, by the way. That's another thing. I'm surprised that they didn't take his ass out. after she finished the whole job. But that guy really did love her. This was a love story between a woman and two guys, actually, not just one. The real love story is between the woman and the handler. When you think about it, she really did like that handler. You know, she kissed him and all
I don't
that.
think she liked him like that. I think it was more like
I
a
don't know.
big brother.
I know he definitely liked her like that. He wasn't happy to see that she hooked up with that guy.
Or he was judging him like a big brother would. Thinking he was no good.
But no, I mean,
But
look,
anyway.
there's not many aspects. Look, I'm not like I would like Han was saying in the beginning. It's going too fast. You want a story to keep moving. A montage, it's only too fast if they keep skipping scenes and you don't know what's going on. But they did a good job with it. And it's very. What I like about a movie is very simple. This movie was very simple to understand and follow. I hate that kind of movie where I have to listen to a podcast after to understand what's going on. But no, this movie was
Right,
fun
right.
in my opinion.
True.
And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
The time,
And
the
this is
time
coming.
travel in it was simple. It was
Right.
simple. It was just, she was locked up. They had to show some progression of time during the film. You know, you can't go through every moment she was there
Right.
because she
In
was
other
there,
words-
like I said, 8 months, a year, something like,
Like we
that.
could, exactly. And let me tell you, they could have even done. They could have made this movie way longer than a minute, hour 49 by showing how she got the tattoo removed with laser removal, everything they did when she was sleeping. You know, but they cut a lot of the filler stuff out. But that still
Right.
be cool to see. You know what goes on. You could have made a prequel, well, not a prequel, but you could have made definitely a sequel on this. I'm just saying. I mean, I like the movie, and I'm not big. Let me tell you something. When it comes to me watching movies that I haven't seen since the 80s and 90s, I'm a big, like, today kind of guy. Like, in other words, I'll see a movie and be like, we've seen that many times already. I won't appreciate the originality of it. But with this movie, you really do because, you know, there's not many movies that they've done like this that have actually came out that good. This is the kind of movie that they could have did a reboot on, and they even could have made it better. I thought it was good, but
It's already ready because she kind of wears the pants and like she goes after the dude and she's like the one go around shoot him up, beat him up.
but
So like they
almost,
don't even have to worry about it being woke. It's already there.
almost in every action movie, there's a love story. Every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie I saw, as much as I cringe when I watch him try to be like a loving husband.
Not all of them. Most
of them, Kindergarten Cop, True Lies, not the
Predator was
Terminator,
not,
obviously.
and Terminator he was not
Well,
loving nobody.
Predator, right,
He was busy
okay.
trying not to get killed.
Commando, definitely, right, you're right. I hear you, but,
But,
Oh, that's yeah, Commando. Yeah, he did end up with that dark haired
with Tommy Chong's daughter. Tommy Chong was the dark skinned woman, Ray something Chong.
Ray Dawn Chong.
Ray Dong Chong, yeah, is right, exactly. Tommy Chong's daughter.
I did not know she was Tommy Chong's daughter. I just oh shit.
Oh,
That
yeah.
blew my mind.
Those guys are pioneers. Those Cheech and Chong. I mean, you know, they you know. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Was there anything else that you possibly didn't like about the movie?
What else did I did not like about the movie? No, I mean, not much. I mean, I like the story most of all. I love the acting. Just that little whiny part
I
with the
felt
guy.
really bad for her partner at first, like. When she
Oh,
first-
the woman?
Yeah, she kind of freaked out and she
Yeah.
wasn't ready, and they killed her. I was like,
Harvey Keitel took her out. Well,
yeah,
it wasn't that she wasn't ready. It's that she was
should not have
complaining.
said, "I'm going to call the cops." Like that was
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, you don't do
wrong
that
thing
when
to
it-
say.
No,
How did
no,
you
she
graduate? No,
She did. Well, she did say it.
No,
She said she's
no,
gonna
That's
call
what I'm
no.
saying. How did she graduate? Like that's not,
No, she
you don't-
didn't. She said,
She
I'm going to
did.
call She said, I'm going to call Kaufman.
I
I
thought
believe
she
she
was
said
gonna
the
call
cops also, though. I believe she said, I'm
No,
gonna call
no,
the cops.
she's
I
going to.
think she did. I think she did because she's like.
I believe she
"Oh my
did
God, we
also.
gotta do something. We gotta call the cops. Like she freaked
No,
out.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
what
and they
she's
shot
talking
her.
about- She's
And-
talking about Kaufman. Talking about calling.
She said that originally, but then she said we have to do something. We have to call the cops. Or maybe she said Kaufman, but I think it was the cops.
I think she said police. She might have said both, but I think she freaked out because I don't think he would have shot her for just wanting to call Kaufman. But calling the police, that would get you shot.
But anyway, she already got shot. She was freaked out. It was
I felt
It was-
bad for her, but man, I swear that the teaching that old lady gave her in finishing school came in handy because he looked at her and just, I never mind the little things.
well, yeah.
Saved
Right,
her ass right there. Saved
Right.
her ass.
Yeah, she
Right.
knew that she was gonna get taken out after that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you can't help that person now.
And,
So
and,
it's like, how many of y'all gonna end up in that bathtub?
and she knew in the beginning once the whole thing went sour, because it went sour twice actually. One when they tried to take the woman out, and after that also. But she knew that she had to get the disc information from the richest guy in order to even get away. Like if she didn't do that, they would have never let her go. She had to get that information. She gave it to the
no,
guy.
it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Well, they were going
Once
to
the
take her out
job was
anyway.
complete,
I
they was gonna
understand.
take her out.
But
Yeah.
they would have probably kept on searching for her. I mean, look. The guy said she's dead, but once that whatever government thing that researches it, they're gonna find out that there was no woman in the wreckage. I mean, the woman's somewhere. She better disappear big time.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's all right. It's all right. And last but not least, Moira, was there anything that you can remember from the movie? Anything that you didn't like?
Well, I've been pretty much bouncing off my responses off them because when they say something, it reminds me of something from the film. Because I haven't seen this thing in like 20 years.
Well, yeah, it came
like I
out
said,
in
my daughter's
93.
14, and it's been long before that I have seen it.
It came out in 93, so it's almost 20 years old.
Yeah, I was like 11 or 12 when it came out, and I've seen it once or twice after that, but not really. So
How
I think
old
I
is
have
your,
it on I think I have it on VHS in this box. That's possible.
how old is your daughter now?
My
Moira?
daughter's 14,
14.
and it's been a
So-
long time before she was conceived that I had
Well,
seen that movie.
Let me ask you a question. So, when your daughter turned a certain age, was there any movie that you said to yourself, "I have to show her this"? Like as a parent, there's always movies that we want to show our children. Did you make her watch anything from your childhood?
I don't think I have done it yet, but
Okay.
I'm gonna try to have her watch V for Vendetta.
Oh, that's the movie you want to put her on to?
It's the way the world's going.
Okay, but I mean, there's other good movies too.
Excuse the fuck out of you, Bronx boy. What?
No, I'm just saying. Okay, whatever. That means that's your
He's
favorite
not.
movie.
He's not
You're saying
saying.
that.
He's not.
He's like, well,
He's
there's
not-
good movies out there too.
No, I said
he's
there's
not
other good
saying-
movies. I said other good movies.
He's not saying V for Vendetta is a bad movie, but
No, no.
I think what he's getting at is there's also other good movies out there that you could show her.
Right, and I
And what
understand
would
you
you
not like.
suggest I show someone who is into airsoft and anime?
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
Predator.
Is she into action movies and killing or no?
I'm not
The
sure
original-
if I really want her to. Well, actually,
The
yeah.
original Predator.
Is
Well,
she
no, I was
into
thinking,
killing?
like, I don't know if I want to see someone upside down and skinned. But then again, there is a scene where the V ends up killing this guy. He's kind of foaming at the mouth, like dead on the bathroom floor. Thankfully, with a towel around him.
Any of the
Uh-huh.
Predator movies, any of the Terminator movies, hell, even at this point, any of the Matrix movies, action
That
flicks.
third one I ain't letting her see.
Why? If I might ask.
There's unusually inappropriate content for a kid in the third one.
The Matrix?
Yes.
How's that inappropriate?
There's
It's not
like
a big
some weird
sex
ass
film.
scene where this guy's being inappropriate, talking about the chick he's with, and she's kind of a hoe.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. All right, I understand.
Yeah, the other
Never
two
mind.
weren't like that.
Oh, so you're trying to. Okay. Look, I'm not going to tell anybody how to parent.
No.
Hope not.
I'm just saying, if I had a son I live with, he'd be watching Scarface at age 10. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
And this is why you don't have a
I-
kid.
I understand the scene she's talking about. It's in the second one. They're talking to the Merovingian, and he sent this woman
Right.
a piece of cake. That it's a program that he wrote.
Yeah,
And
she
it shows her
died.
eating
right.
in this, and it shows what happens to her, and then she has to excuse herself.
And,
I
and
can
then,
understand that.
and then Trinity had to
Okay.
make out with Neo made Neo make out with another woman in front of her or something like that. Yeah, so okay.
Well, she wouldn't help unless Neo kissed her and meant it. That's what she wanted. She
Right.
said, "It's been
It had
long
to
time
be
since I felt
right.
that way." Yeah,
Right.
that ain't nothing. What she's talking about is the scene with the woman in the cave. Which
Okay.
I like that scene actually, but it's not as bad as some people may think. But I understand why. From a parent's perspective, I understand why.
Okay. Okay.
But
all right.
all right, and then last but not least, okay, Slasher. Here's the moment of truth.
Yeah, you. We didn't get your review yet.
No, yeah.
I
He's been
said
all on.
plenty of what I had to say.
No, I'm
about
talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
JJ's review ultimately.
Well, me personally,
then you
my
probably should lead with that.
no. Usually I go last.
Yeah, the host
But
has
the
to
pa-
go last.
Right.
The past couple episodes, I just left mine out of it because, I didn't mind the movies. I liked them, and and I said that I liked the movies. They turned out well. The Raid Redemption blew me away.
Right.
I made it known long into the beginning of the Ninja Turtles. I loved it. Same way with Flash Gordon last week. I loved it. Krull, I loved it. I loved Point of No Return. To me, I couldn't find really too much wrong with it. The pacing was good enough for me. It didn't seem slow because, like I said, everything has to show a progression of time. Even though Han was saying it was skipping around earlier on in the beginning of it, but everything had to show a progression of time, and that's probably one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah.
She had to get a life when she left. When she found her place, she got a boyfriend, big deal. But in the process of having this life, she had a job to do. That's where the difficulties became, relevant. She had a hard time dealing with it. And she didn't want to do it no more. And the only passage of time was when they started talking to one another, and he started asking her some more questions. It had already been 4 months. Well, we didn't see that 4 months pass.
Right.
So, hey, Deej, what's going on?
Which
What's
they
up,
could have
D?
which they could have easily showed that 4 months.
They could have.
My only judgment on her character. In other words, she should have never actually tried to even hook up with the guy, knowing what she was going to be doing for her job. She probably should have just kept her love life.
Are we talking about no point of returning?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
her not having forethought is exactly what led her to be in that program in the first place.
exactly. Well, okay. I guess you're right. Yeah. Okay. Good point.
See, she was.
And at
they
that
didn't
point,
have to teach her.
she pretty much figured she was probably going to die in this, so might as well get some action before I fucking die.
Okay,
Well,
here's something else I didn't like.
She was
Wait.
already a killer.
But what I didn't
Okay,
like was her first hit. Her first hit, that shit that Gabriel Byrne set her up with. It was like,
Yeah.
go to the men's bathroom,
That was great.
and
Loved it.
it's a fucking
That
brick
was
wall. The brick wall.
That was
That
great.
was a test. It was a
Oh
test.
yeah, I felt bad for her because she thought there was actually a friend date and he was treating her friendly, and then found out it was a job. And
This
she was like,
this
that was
job.
kind of disappointing. That was kind of disappointing for her.
No, but
I
I'm
felt
just-
bad for
I'm-
her.
But that
I'm
makes her.
saying,
You
no,
have to see if she's able to do a job under pressure like that.
But he
just
sent
at
her in-
for the
he
moment.
sent-
One of
he sent
hold on.
her in there for a job, and she made way more of a fucking spectacle than it should have been
Well,
because she killed a lot more people than
I'm
he
sure-
told her to kill.
I'm sure they love that. They probably wanted them all dead. I mean, give me a break.
It was her. It was her basically her graduation test. If she pulled it off, she graduated. She got out. Okay, it was a test, and of course the window was bricked shut. That's part of the test. How
Right.
would she get out of an inescapable situation?
Right. At least they didn't give a blank to the gun. Right.
It was. Oh God, yeah, Jesus Christ.
Imagine they gave a blanks.
That one.
It was blanks. It was blanks, Bob.
Oh yeah, like I can't remember. I'm sure she yelled at him for it. I can't recall.
They yelled
But-
at him.
Yeah.
She went there and
Like,
knocked
honestly,
him
I
out.
don't remember that part, but I know I would have. I mean, like,
She knocked the shit out of him for it.
motherfucker, next time you take me somewhere, I'm checking the windows to every room in the restaurant. Fuck you for this.
No, she knocked the shit out of him for it.
Fair enough. Like I said, I can't remember, but I know I'd have been pissed. And judging by remembering what little feistiness she had, like she probably did too.
Oh, she was the most uppity crackhead in the history of crackheads.
And that's another thing.
See, but here's the thing.
Well,
A
that
success
she,
story.
she
This is
graduated finishing school.
It's a
Here's
success
a-
story for heroin. You just
Here's the thing.
The story for street junkies.
turn him into
Yeah,
a
it's been paid by the government to kill people now.
Here's the thing, guys. She was already a killer.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's
Kind
why
of
she was in.
half-assed. Like she wasn't a career killer. She was doped out of her mind, panicked, and pulled the trigger.
But
But
she had no problem with killing. That's
here-
Gabriel's main thing.
Here's the
Go ahead.
point. She was already a killer.
Yeah, she
They
already
had to
was a
teach her-
killer.
She had to
She
teach.
didn't
They had
have.
to teach her.
She had zero
Flasher,
remorse
flasher.
over what she did. No, but
Hang
she
on,
had
hang
zero
on,
remorse
hang
over
on.
what she did, JJ. That's what I'm saying.
Not exactly. She kind of put down that false bravado when she was getting executed, and she was crying. She was like, I'm sorry, and freaking out. Like, usually that's when someone really shows what they're thinking and feeling.
As I was saying, they had to teach her to become a more efficient killer and how to be an actual lady, so she could fit in for the job that they needed her for. That was the whole point of the schooling. She was already a killer. They had to make her a better killer. They had to make
Yeah,
her
I know.
invisible.
When I saw the finishing school part, yes, I realized that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't
realized
think
what
she would
they
have been
were
a good candidate, because just because you were so fucking doped out of your mind and panicked and shot somebody does not. I don't really see a lot of potential in making that person a career criminal
No,
or
no.
assassin.
They found her and they found an opportunity.
What,
We
sort
can
of
make
like,
her. We can make her. We can train her. We can rebuild her. Basically, like the Bionic Man.
She also went nutso in the
They took
court.
her. Yeah, but also the time that she was locked up, she was all cleaned out. The drugs were cleaned out of her system.
Right, detox. They had her probably on. Yeah, she
Yeah,
wasn't even
they had
going
a
through
detox.
withdrawal at the time.
Oh yeah, she
They-
wasn't having DTs or anything. You didn't
Right.
see her with
oh, they
DTs at
can
all.
give you drugs. They can give you drugs to help minimize those symptoms. They just oftentimes won't give it to addicts because they want them to suffer through it. They're not worth the money.
Wow.
I don't necessarily mean they're not worth the money. I'm talking about what the state and mental health care facilities
Right.
think. I
Especially
want
if
to
you keep abusing
clarify
it.
that because part of my platform for governor is I do care about mental health, and I don't want people to think I'm going back on that. Like, no, I'm saying from their point of view that
All right.
I mean, you wouldn't believe how many tweets I see where people are like, I don't get me wrong, I understand their disgruntledness in it, but they're like, oh, so these heroin addicts, they can get these fucking Narcan shots for free, but, diabetics have to pay a shit ton of money for their medicine, and they didn't choose that.
Good
I
point.
totally get where they're coming from. Like, that's a fair argument to be upset about. But
Right. Yeah,
like,
that's a great point you got
I'm not
there.
sure why both can't technically. be
They'll give
subsidized.
free morphine to people to try to bring them off it, but they won't hook up other people who need like Alzheimer's medication or something like
Right,
that.
exactly. Yeah, because they didn't choose that either.
Right, model
So-
citizens.
And
Model
I
citizens.
see drug addiction once you get to a certain point as not necessarily a mental illness, but it's a symptom of an underlying mental illness.
Well,
Right,
either
right.
way,
Like
if it
most
was-
people
if it
who
was-
are okay,
You
and
need
If
to
it was
talk
a-
about it.
huh?
Go ahead.
If it was a 4-month training plan, then they kind of glossed over it, seeing as we were introduced to her as a junkie.
Oh, I was thinking when she got out, she would go straight to the Connect, but no, she didn't do it.
Well, I thought
Well,
when
they
she
probably had to clean off this stuff long enough.
was begging Gabriel Byrne to let her out for a walk, that she was
She
gonna
wanted
go
to hit.
try cop
Thing.
something.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what I thought she was going to
Well,
do.
they were in that new town, so there was where would she find a connect?
Well,
Who
they probably,
knows?
she knew
Who
that she was
knows?
under surveillance the whole time anyway. They didn't show it, but I'm sure she was under
Yeah, but she
surveillance the
didn't
whole
seem
time.
that she cared. She didn't seem that she cared at all.
And that's another thing. This goes into Moira's thing about her decision making. In other words, she should know that she would have died or will die at any moment. Which means that you have a second chance almost. It's either work
But
for us
you're
or
sometimes
die.
you're more bold and brave because what do you got to lose? The guy's gonna say
The
no.
only time she seemed to care or anything was when she was forced to snipe that guy while Dermot Mulroney is fucking proposing to her from the other
No,
room.
she cared when she had to blow up the building the first time. She
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
want to
okay.
even. She didn't even want to do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
Which
And
I
she
mean,
did. I think she showed some concern.
yeah,
for her
concerned. She was
partner.
pissed.
No,
Oh,
for her
yeah,
partner who was killed because she kind of felt bad for her because she understood she was freaking out. And
Oh, you mean
Just
when
rest.
Harvey
But
Keitel
she had
showed
to
up?
she had to kind of keep her space straight.
Have a go, Deej.
Dave's
Well-
going to get some rest. He's
Well,
going to.
That's another good. Okay.
Mike. Deej is going to get some rest. He's starting his 48-hour stream tomorrow evening.
Darn.
48 hours.
Yep, get some rest.
48
Deej.
hours.
Please get some rest.
Well,
Thank you for
put
coming in.
that Nick Nolte icon up there.
I was just thinking, make a thumbnail with like and Eddie Murphy. I
This
was
ain't-
thinking, and I'm not gonna lie, I did that.
This ain't gonna be his first one.
I was
this
afraid
ain't
it
gonna
might
be-
consider false
he's done it before.
advertising. since we're not showing
Okay,
stuff.
but Moira, going back to that point, we know we can wrap it up, put a pin in it. But you could also look at it like this: it's a woman who didn't care about life at all. Life meant nothing. She would kill people like that. But then all of a sudden, she cleans herself up, and now she's caring about killing people. You don't change.
Well,
You know,
no,
weird.
you gotta remember. All right, drugs have depending on what drugs you take, they can have an unbelievable effect. The parts that scare you, the things that make you kind of hold back, it kind of stifles that. So that's why you sometimes see people on drugs doing things they normally would not do.
You might be right, because when he took the headphones, when the police took the headphones off her in the beginning, and she goes, "Did you get that?" Because she was trying to score some drugs from the pharmacy.
Yeah,
and
she
then
was
she goes to cop,
completely
and she just
out of her mind. She didn't realize
blew
who
him
she was
away.
talking to. As soon as her eyes focused, she realized who it was and immediately panicked. She already had the gun in her hand and shot him because that's what they were. If you see a cop, you're in trouble. Shit.
She did
You know?
not even look panicked. She just looked like drugged
All right,
out.
you gotta remember that like I said, when people are heavily drugged up, they're part of their brain is not doing what.
Oh,
it's
trust
supposed
me,
to do.
Slasher and I know we grew up with people that would do anything to get what they wanted, even break into
Exactly, and
golfers.
that's why I'm saying that it dampens the part of your brain that would be like, this might
The
not be a
rational
good
part.
idea.
Right, the rational part.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Mike and I knew two people who broke into a store to steal scratch-off lotto tickets.
Yeah, it was funny because the store they broke the glass and had like
You
these
gotta
bars.
scan that shit.
Listen,
Exactly.
There was glass, and they broke the glass to get to the store, but it had these bars. It was a little window. They took a car jack and jacked the bars open so they could get
Yeah.
inside. But the lotto tickets that they stole, people didn't realize they have to be activated before you can use them.
exactly.
So if you steal the books out of the store, you can't
Well,
use
that's my
them.
point. The certain details and rationalness
Right.
Yes.
is dampened
Yes,
by
drugs
drug
drugs
usage.
cloud judgment. Exactly.
Mhm.
What the point
Right.
of this movie is, drugs
Right.
will cloud
They're just like gift cards. Once you grab them,
Right.
the register
So you're
has
saying-
to scan them to activate them.
So Slasher, you're saying every time they wanted her to do a hit, they should have gave her a little bit of a taste. You're saying,
No, that is
No, no. All right, no.
Because
All right,
also the
All right,
person
guys.
All right, I'm
I'm
not
I'm
saying
joking. I'm joking.
I'm not saying the RoboCop 2 thing where you gotta charge your soldier with crack. You don't have to do that.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We somebody
Now,
shush.
you have someone who's completely dependent and undisciplined and almost solely focused, depending on what you give her and how much, solely focused on the drugs, that they become reckless, careless, and end up fucking up the job instead of being focused and sharp-minded.
All right,
Cannot
and sorry for turning this into this whole conversation, JJ. I didn't
Well,
know
I-
talking
all right,
about.
we got-
Well, I mean, not
we got-
to ruin my chance of candidacy, but if somebody asked me the question, I'll be honest anyway. My experience with drugs, having taken them and having seen people taking them, although that's even less so because I always thought it was better than the other ones. And so it'd be like a store. I just go pick up my shit and go home. I lock my door and mind my own fucking business. But
Right.
still, like, there was still carelessness. Like, I didn't think about other people's feelings or how they would feel about certain things, the way I do now. I don't necessarily look like it, but it's in the way I speak to people. I try
Well, the
not.
government never turned you into an assassin, so that's good.
Not yet, not yet.
If they'd been watching, they'd realize I'm completely undisciplined,
Not yet.
and I don't.
All right.
And I don't
All right,
do well with authority figures, and I certainly don't like the idea of killing people, and certainly not killing anybody that I don't actually know or even know what they did.
If they ever recruited Moira, they would have to have her kill a little kitten in order to see if she was true to the cause, which she would never
I'm
do.
gonna die.
What
I'm
is
gonna die.
that?
Nope.
Right, I hear you.
I'm sorry.
But,
That's a terrible test for me because statistically, people like animals more than they do other people.
yes, correct.
That is a terrible test.
Right, it's a terrible test. Right, it's easy to kill somebody you don't know rather than killing an
if you
innocent
wanna-
little.
I am all right. First off, audience, I am not condoning anybody doing this. This is
Of course not.
No,
Right.
none of
I
us
am letting
are.
the audience know. If you
Fair.
wanted to, you should start with something a little easier, like someone who's like a 4 or 5 time convicted child molester.
All right,
that's
but
even
let's
right.
stop. But wait.
So bad killing.
Let's stop.
But
Let's
it's cute.
stop. let's stop talking about the way anyone would execute anyone, and
I'm not
let
condoning
Jade-
it, but
and
he
let
was talking-
Jade-
he was
I'm
talking
not
about an
condoning it
initiation
either.
test.
I'm
He was
saying
talking
JJ's
Well, the
been
reason
wanting
why
to-
I say that, Slasher, is because forget about animals. That's a terrible thing. We own that. I'm just saying
But
this
wait,
woman was
Wait,
assigned with
wait.
killing people that she didn't even know. So for all she
Yeah.
knew, they could be great citizens. She didn't know.
They
She
are
just has
target.
to. Okay.
And
Yeah, they were
JJ's
made a
trying-
target because they knew information that they weren't supposed to, or they
But
might have witnessed something.
Right.
I believe JJ was trying to wrap this up a couple times.
Well, fuck, he's asked us our
And he
opinion
got
on the
sidetracked.
movie.
Well, when people start talking, I was like, JJ was like, all right, and then
Well-
someone talks, and, all right.
Well, I don't
and
see
then-
anything wrong with talking about the ethics of things.
Well, that I was just trying to get one more small point across
Go ahead.
because we are reviewing a movie.
Right.
Well, so I thought anyway.
And well, everything we're talking about is involved in the movie, though.
Wait, all right, Mike.
Okay.
Let
All right,
JJ
Slasher.
finish.
I know you didn't like the movie. You made that clear.
No, I
Um,
didn't say I didn't like the movie.
He
I
was
didn't say that.
disappointed
Well,
in it.
I
give me a
expected
grade.
better. I expected
Give me a
better.
Give me a grade for it.
Letter grade or number grade out of 5
Letter.
stars.
Letter.
C.
A C. Oh, that's better than I thought you were going to give.
A being
Mikey?
the best, A being the best, and D being the worst, like, or E, or.
No, F being the
F
worst,
is
man. It's just
first.
like
You
being
know,
in school.
Oh, okay. A, B, C, D, E, F. So that's 6. Okay,
You
so
don't get
no,
E.
no.
There's no E.
A,
Not
B,
anymore.
C, D. Okay, no. Okay.
Was there?
Yeah, first of all, why did they skip the letter? Well, first of all, why did they skip the letter E in those grades? That's so stupid.
Because
right,
effort's
right.
not good enough. You
It
do
used,
look
Okay.
to, be,
out for
it used to
your
be an
try.
E back in the day. It used to be an E, but they changed it to F for failure.
Oh, well, let me tell you something, JJ. You're right. C is a very good grade. And look, I'm not even going to give it an A because A would be like the best movie I've ever seen, kind of thing. I never give any, but I would definitely give it a B plus for sure. I mean, it
I'd
has,
give it a B, but I'd give it a B. Not necessarily B plus, but not B minus. It's kind of B.
right.
Oh, that's
Right.
impressive.
B is a
Okay.
good
Like
grade too.
85, 86. Kind of.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
and
say I'll say
I
it
would
had
a B
potential
plus
for.
also.
I'll say it had potential for a B till the middle slowdown.
Okay. And
I don't
myself,
I don't recall the middle slowdown, but I gotcha. Or is that the whole her getting assimilated into the new housing?
It was once Dermot Mulroney.
Okay. So yeah.
Green is
All right.
like okay.
So yeah, that part was like, well, that part makes sense though, because like in jobs like this, especially if you're a trainee, okay, this is gonna sound really weird.
Okay.
You don't immediately jump in the action. You can sort of get your identity established, this, that, the other. You know, you get settled in, you get to know your surroundings, and this takes time before,
Right.
and then they start.
I understand that. I'm just saying from my perspective as a viewer of the movie. Yeah.
But they were probably trying to give it some realism, so there's not nonstop shoot 'em up, John Wick shit going on
Right.
constantly.
And the only other one thing, because JJ asked me what parts did I not like in the movie. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, but I didn't like the part. I didn't agree with the writing where they told her you're gonna be at Venice Beach. They gave her a whole identity, but they made her find her own apartment when she got there. She had to find an apartment for her. I thought they would just set her up with a whole freaking thing. They just put her in Venice Beach and said find your own apartment. Which was just,
I have a reason for that is because it is I forget what it's called. I think it's a reference to something called a kite. And the reason why is because if you cut the string, it's on its own. They don't want anything, any paper trail
I
going
see.
back to them paying for it. So she has to pay for it on her own.
And
Well,
you want to be
also-
a
also
live
they-
society.
That's why
It
Bob
is
gave her
with
the
her.
big envelope of money and said,
All
"Here's
right,
money for you if I go buy a car."
Buy a car, right?
And there,
And also, they knew she was used to street living, so she could find her way around the streets.
Right.
They knew that.
Obviously, if she can find a place to squat, she can find a place to rent. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I'm
So
sure they gave her
she can
like.
be fine on her own. Plus, it would also test her decision-making skills, locate
Yeah.
what she would pick for a location, give me a little more about her.
But
They probably
JJ,
gave her like an 800 credit score to find an apartment too, so it probably wasn't that bad. But she took a
Yeah.
crappy
Well,
apartment.
it was the
Go ahead.
90s. It
Yeah,
wasn't
man.
quite that uppity.
yes.
JJ, I don't hate the movie. I don't hate it. I give it a C.
Okay.
But
All right.
he liked Crow better. He liked Crow better.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up.
Oh,
I appreciate everybody showing up. What?
Are you stopping the stream now? I thought we were gonna go into something else after this, like a regular
No,
talking.
no. These streams usually go about an hour, maybe a little over that. We're just talking about the movie. That's it.
Yeah, don't feel bad. It's not like we can't after the broadcast. We can't just still hang out and talk. Like no one's gonna bail on you.
All right.
Are you getting me, Mikey? Are you getting disappointed now? Really?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go. I thought we were
It's
gonna go into randomness after this. That's my specialty.
No, I did my randomness Monday night.
Okay,
You missed
how
it.
about someone kicks up another stream and we'll just jump on that and do random shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's like pulling teeth to get this one onto a stream, but now he don't want to quit.
Well,
That's exactly the
it's
reason.
an ADHD thing. It's an ADHD and executive dysfunction thing.
Listen,
Once he's on it, he's on it.
he got the
Right.
headset now, so now he
I
got the headset
now, dude.
just for this.
Hey,
He really did get the
Actually,
headset.
I
for this.
got it for the other thing that because I was watching UFC. I had to, but yeah, it was for the other
Fair
thing
enough.
originally. But yeah.
No. Seriously, if it had been my channel and Twitch like I had planned, sure, we could have kept going for a little bit. But
Okay.
I'm also on KL Central, which is
Okay.
something completely different. It's still pop culture related, but still different. But I do need to wrap it up. I want to appreciate everybody on the panel that showed up to talk about it and watch it.
Thanks as
everybody in
always.
the chat.
JJ. Thank
Yeah,
you
man,
always.
everybody in
JJ.
Not a problem. Everybody in the chat that showed up, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next week, we're going to be.
Which
doing-
one of the
what
three
is it?
movies? Which one are you gonna do? Because I sent the 3 posters to you. So, which one are you gonna choose?
Let's have a vote.
Probably Band of the Hand.
Okay.
That sounds so weird.
Oh, Mike. See, I showed Mike this movie.
Yeah.
He looks like he regrets every second.
What were the
of it.
other 2 movies?
Band of the Hand and Judgment Night.
Judgment Night possibly, but it's kind of tedious because they're like, not at some point they didn't run into some place where they could have got help. Like that just.
Like a
Yeah.
lot of movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be
Okay.
either Band of the Hand or Judgment Night. We ain't made up our mind completely yet, but it's going to be one of those two. Come back next week and find out. And once again, thank you for everybody for showing up. And say goodnight, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Now buckle this. Ludicrous speed. Go!